Hello, hello. Welcome to the latest update regarding the Nijutels, which is approaching Poland, currently moving, as you can see here in the images, through the coasts of Belgium and the Netherlands, bringing intense rainfall and quite strong gusts of wind. It is then heading towards Germany and Poland. We will check, my dear, in this program here, how the situation will look in the coming hours to see what will happen here. And we will start, of course, with satellite images. Let's check how the situation looks at the beginning. We can see at this moment that the low is already quite visible around Dunkirk with a pressure of 1005 hectopascals. This pressure will drop hour by hour, and the low will move along the coast of Belgium, then the Netherlands, followed by northern Germany, deepening significantly towards Poland, bringing intense rainfall and strong gusts of wind. We especially need to be cautious of the strong gusts of wind, as this wind can be particularly strong in certain areas. Let's take a look at how the pressure will look in the coming hours. At this moment, according to the ICON model, the pressure is 1300 HPA over the English Channel, already closer to Amsterdam. I will select ICON here at the top. In black, 1003 hectopascals, the center of the low. This low will continue to move over Germany in the coming hours. In the evening on Wednesday around 8:09 gals p.m., it should move through northern Germany with a pressure of 1000 hectopascals. And we will note here 27th. It will then move over Poland on Thursday around 7:08 a.m. It should be over Poland or at the Polish-German border with a pressure of 1200 hectopascals. And here we have 28:11 at 7 a.m. The 11th hour is 7 a.m. This is the third indicator, which is very important to me. Then on Thursday, weakening, it will move through Poland with a pressure of 1018 hectopascals. And here it will slowly fade away, or it will move more to the south, however, no longer posing any threat to us. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the ECMWF model and compare it with the model's path ICON, and we see that the situation is practically consistent with the ICON model. A low pressure of 995 hectopascals will move through Germany, then over Poland, and we see here only a certain difference related to this last movement, as we have 1012 hectopascals here, and the ECMWF model sees more of a movement towards the center of Poland. We still have the GFS and Aladdin models. In the case of the GFS model, we see a very similar movement. In the first hours here, the low would move a little slower on Thursday. However, the pressure should be lower, but ultimately it should also align with the CMWF model's calculations. Very similar calculations, so here we have no major changes. Let's also check Aladdin, which also sees this area. And on Thursday, in the morning hours, again, the center is somewhere on the German-Polish border. Next, the movement is more in the style of the ECMWF model. So we see, and at this moment we can state that in the coming hours this low will wander over the northern regions of the Netherlands, then over northern Germany, and here it will be the strongest. The wind gusts will be the strongest right in this area. Therefore, Germany will face strong wind gusts in the coming hours. Then this low will weaken over Poland and both the wind gusts. Rainfall should be significantly weaker. Let's move at this moment to the situation that is currently happening, for example, in the Netherlands. Intense rainfall is occurring in the Netherlands, and it is also present in Belgium, where the rainfall is already more intermittent. As for the wind gusts, at this moment the strongest recorded are from 50 to 60 kilometers. In the case of France, here in the northern regions of France, gusts of 70-80 kilometers per hour, meaning the western and southern part of this low, the western and southern sector of this low, with the strongest wind gusts. Let's move on. Let's check how the situation will look in the coming hours. At the top, we have the hours. Let's start with a pressure of 1000 HPA around Amsterdam. This low will then move around Bremen and Hamburg with a pressure of 1000 HPA. By morning, it should reach Szczecin with a pressure of 1002 HPA, and at the moment, crosses the Polish border. It should quickly fill and dissipate Let's start at the beginning with Belgium, the Netherlands, and Germany, and focus here primarily on precipitation and wind gusts. Rainfall will be primarily associated with a warm atmospheric front. Over these areas, we will still have a situation where we have a warm atmospheric front and a cool atmospheric front quite well, expressed here also in the form of this cloud cover. The occluded front will only open here. When this low reaches Poland, it will primarily be an occluded front. In the coming hours, on Wednesday, the heaviest rainfall will be over northern and western Germany. However, cooler air will flow over Belgium and the Netherlands, where the strongest wind gusts will occur. By the evening hours, the strongest wind gusts will be over northern and western Germany. There, the rainfall will be associated with the low pressure center, primarily of convective origin. Meanwhile, over western Poland, we will already have an occluded front. We will also talk about that in a moment. Let's check the wind gusts, as they are the most important here. A 6-hour interval, and we can see here that at the moment the strongest winds are over the North Sea near the English Channel. Around 3-4 p.m. the strongest wind gusts will be recorded closer to Belgium, closer to the Netherlands. There, gusts will reach up to 100 kilometers per hour, around Amsterdam up to 116 kilometers per hour. Also in the territory of the Netherlands, up to 70-80 kilometers per hour. At midnight, during the night from Wednesday to Thursday, the low will move through Germany with the strongest wind gusts in central Germany reaching 70 to 90 kilometers per hour. Danish Straits 50 to 70 kilometers per hour. And then this low will move towards Poland. So the strongest wind gusts will be in Belgium, the Netherlands, and then northern Germany. It will also blow really, really hard there. I will also mark this area here, where it will be the strongest. Wind gusts will occur plus the Danish Straits, and we also need to be cautious about these gusts. The coming hours, we are now moving directly to Poland, and let's check how the situation in Poland will look. So as I mentioned earlier, the center of this low will also move through Poland. During the night from Wednesday to Thursday, it should reach western Poland. There, the pressure will start to drop quite significantly to 1,000 hectopascals. However, by Thursday noon, the center of the low should still be over the West Pomerania voivodeship. With pressure up to 1,600 hectopascals, by 6 p.m. the center of the low will reach Bydgoszcz with a pressure of 1010 hectopascals. And then, during the night from Thursday to Friday, this low will start to fill. The pressure will rise very quickly to 1017 to 1018 hectopascals, 2018 hectopascals. And on Friday morning, it will already be 1020 hectopascals. So in this case, when we have the center of this low over Poland, the wind will blow here in various directions, from the northwest, through the south, southeast, and then through the east of the country. Let's move on to the precipitation. The rainfall here will primarily be associated with atmospheric fronts, with an occluded front, then with a warm front here in southern and southwestern Poland, and then the low itself moving and filling directly above us over the entire country, so there will be quite a lot of precipitation. Let's check how the accumulation of precipitation will look by Friday. Until the evening hours, the accumulation of precipitation in the case of Poland, I will just change the map directly to Poland. The strongest in the Sudetes. Also in the area of the Kłodzko Valley around Osienik, here it may fall up to 70 mm, so we need to be careful here. Northwestern Poland will have a rather smaller rainfall zone, 20 to 25 mm. In the remaining areas, it will be from 5 to 10 mm of precipitation. Of course, there will also be snowfall. In the case of snow precipitation, we can talk about an increase in snow cover, especially in the Sudetes, from 20 to 30 cm, and we are primarily paying attention to the area of Jasenik, 20 to up to 30 centimeters of precipitation, maybe more here. In the remaining areas, especially in the lowlands, there should rather be no precipitation. We are left with the issue of wind gusts. In the case of wind, warnings have already been issued by me for the evening. For now, we will discuss it here. At the beginning, the strongest wind gusts over the Baltic Sea in the West Pomeranian and Pomeranian voivodeships will reach up to 60 km per hour on the night from Wednesday to Thursday. In the early morning on Thursday, the wind will start to strengthen, initially in the Sudetes up to 100 km per hour, then in southwestern Poland and particularly in the south of the Lubuz voivodeship, Lower Silesian voivodeship, and Silesian voivodeship, it will reach up to 70 km per hour. Then, as this low pressure system moves, it will be windy along the coast on Thursday evening. While in southwestern Poland these wind gusts will start to decrease, it will begin to blow strongly along the coast up to 80 km per hour, especially on the night from Thursday to Friday. In the second part of the night, these wind gusts should be significantly smaller. So, my dear, we have thoroughly discussed the situation related to this low-pressure system for Europe and Poland, so let us know if you like such films. We will see you in the next material. Best regards.